Hi there! Thanks for clicking on this video. I know when you press play on something about cleaning, chances are you're already a little tired, a little overwhelmed, or just unsure where to even begin. I've had mornings like that too, not exactly exhausted, but foggy, standing in the kitchen staring at the same mess that somehow came back when I swear I just cleaned it yesterday. But what bothered me most wasn't the clutter itself. It was the feeling that everything was slipping. My time, my energy, even a sense of control over my own day. If you've ever felt caught in that cycle, tidy, then mess, then tidy again, then maybe these 12 morning habits can help loosen just one thread in the knot. No big makeover, just a slightly gentler way to begin the day. And the first habit, it has nothing to do with a mop. Let's start with the hardest part, getting started. I used to wait until the morning felt calmer, until I had more energy, until I got in the mood to clean. But that moment rarely came. I'd wander from room to room, pick up a sock, scroll my phone, make a second coffee, and somehow it was almost noon and the mess had only grown. So I made one small shift. I chose a cue. Not a time, not a task list, just one clear signal that said, now we begin. For me, it's when I finish brushing my teeth. I put the toothbrush down, rinse the sink, and from there I go straight to the kitchen. No mental negotiations, no scrolling, no just one more thing. It's like muscle memory now. That cue replaces willpower. I don't have to feel ready, I just move, and that movement, even if it's small, is enough to shift the energy of the whole morning. And by the way, I'll be sharing more quick, effective tips to reset your home with less effort. So if you'd like to keep things light and doable, follow along. Once I had that cue, mornings stopped feeling like chaos. They started to have a rhythm, one I didn't have to invent from scratch every day. And that rhythm always begins in the same place. When everything feels messy, your brain doesn't know where to start. That's why I used to waste half the morning circling a room, standing there staring, touching this, moving that, then walking away. It wasn't laziness, it was decision fatigue. What helped me break that loop was this. I stopped trying to clean the room. I just picked one surface. One small, visible spot that I would completely reset no matter what else was going on. For me, it's the end of the dining table. It collects random papers, toys, water bottles, receipts. But once that spot is clear and wiped, the room feels 30% cleaner, even if the floor still has crumbs. You don't need a perfect room to feel better. You just need a win your brain can see. And once you give yourself that visual reset, you're more likely to keep going. Which brings me to the next habit, one that takes less than a minute but changes the feel of a whole room. There's something about an unmade bed that makes the whole room feel unfinished. I used to tell myself it didn't matter, that I'd just be back in it later anyway. Why make it now when I'm just going to ruin it again, said every tired woman at 7:42 a.m. But on the days I left it messy, I noticed something. I avoided the room. I'd grab clothes quickly and leave. I didn't fold laundry there. I didn't rest there. It was like the bed whispered, yeah, not today. Now I take 2 minutes to reset it. Not hospital corners, this isn't Pinterest. Just smoothing the blanket, fixing the pillows, and pulling it together like I respect the space again. Even if there's a laundry pile on the chair or toys underfoot, the bed being done shifts the energy of the room. Some mornings it's the only thing I manage, and honestly that's enough. One small act that says I showed up for myself today. And while I'm in the room, there's one more thing I often do, not to make it cleaner, but to make it easier to breathe. Sometimes the house isn't messy, it just feels stale. Like the air's heavy, like the day hasn't moved yet. I used to light a candle or spray something artificial hoping to change the mood, but it always felt like putting perfume on top of laundry I hadn't washed yet. Now I just open a window, literally, for 5 minutes. Even in colder months, I crack one open in each room, just enough to swap the air. It wakes up the space before I even touch a cloth or mop. Bonus, it's free and doesn't smell like ocean breeze that somehow reminds you of cleaning supplies from 2007. Some days I'll spritz a little water mixed with lavender or lemon oil on the bedding or curtains. Not for guests, for me. Because when the room smells like something gentle and clean, I feel gentler too. It's the kind of shift that doesn't look dramatic on camera, but your nervous system notices, and that's worth more than a spotless floor. Speaking of energy shifts, there's one task I try to knock out early while I'm still moving. It keeps the rest of the day from piling up, literally. Laundry has this magic trick where it multiplies when you blink. I used to wait until I had enough for a full load. Spoiler, I always had enough. What I didn't have was time or energy to deal with it once it hit that overflowing judgmental stage. So now I just start a load early, even if it's not technically full. Usually right after resetting the bed or opening windows. It's like tossing a small task out of the way before it grows arms and demands its own Saturday. I keep a laundry basket near the bathroom, and every couple days, I grab a few towels, pajamas, whatever's light. No color sorting marathons, no perfect plan, just movement. If I can press 2 buttons and walk away, that's a win before 9 a.m. And here's the funny thing, once the washer's going, my brain registers that something's already getting done, even if I haven't done much else. It sets the tone. Now, while that's spinning quietly in the background, I turn to something more visible and more satisfying. Let's be honest, you're not going to dust the whole house today, and that's fine. But some spots are so visible, so annoyingly obvious that if you walk past them one more time, you might scream. Or just sigh very dramatically. Been there. So here's my rule: I only dust where my eyes land first. For me, it's the top of the TV stand and the shelf right by the front door. That's it. I keep a soft cloth tucked in a drawer nearby. No sprays, no gloves, no ceremony. Just a quick swipe when I see it. Like brushing crumbs off your shirt. Done. It's not about deep cleaning. It's about not letting little things chip away at your energy all day. Because every time you think, ugh, I should clean, that you're spending energy, might as well just wipe it. And when those little visual itches are gone, the space feels calmer, even if everything else is still a work in progress. Next up is something even quicker and surprisingly grounding: the floors under your feet. You know that gritty feeling under your feet near the front door? The tiny pebbles, dirt, crumbs, mystery particles that somehow made it inside, even though you swear no one wore shoes. That area used to bug me all day, even if the rest of the house was fairly okay. So now I just sweep that one spot. Not the whole floor, just the little rectangle where we come and go. It takes 1 minute, maybe 2 if the dog helped decorate. Sometimes I use a small broom. Sometimes I grab a random old sock and do the awkward foot shuffle sweep. Not elegant, but effective. It's such a small area, but it's the first thing I see and step on when I walk into the house. Keeping it clean makes the whole home feel more cared for, even if everything behind it is still in progress. Plus, there's something satisfying about sweeping a small space to completion. Done, checked off, no spiral, no guilt. After I've done that, I move to a space I used to ignore, but now use as a quiet reset spot for myself. You don't need the whole house to feel tidy, you just need one spot that feels finished. Somewhere you can rest your eyes and not think I should fix that. For me, it's the arm of the couch next to the window. I clear it, I fold the blanket, I adjust the pillow. That's it. Some days it's the tray on the coffee table, or my nightstand, or the bathroom counter, just the half I use. The point isn't where. The point is that somewhere feels complete. Like a sentence that ends with a period, not a ... of unfinished tasks. We spend so much time walking through our homes, scanning everything that's wrong. So when you give yourself one corner that says, this is enough, your whole nervous system exhales. And funny enough, that little finished zone becomes a magnet. You'll find yourself keeping it clear without effort. You'll sit there more, think better, breathe deeper. Next, let's talk about something I stopped doing in the mornings and why that made everything easier. Here's something I stopped doing in the morning and it changed everything. I used to try squeezing in a quick wipe down of the bathroom after brushing my teeth. Just a quick clean. Spoiler, it was never quick. And somehow it made the rest of my morning feel rushed, chaotic, or like I was already behind. Now I don't touch the bathroom in the morning, not even a spray and dash. I leave it, fully on purpose. Instead, I clean it later, usually in the evening, after a shower when the space is already steamy and I've slowed down. It takes less effort, and more importantly, it doesn't hijack the calm I've built into my mornings. You don't have to clean everything at the optimal time. You just have to stop doing things that ruin your rhythm. This small permission to delay something might be the thing that helps you keep going long term. Because less effort in the morning yields more energy for the rest of the day. Speaking of ease, the next habit is less about effort and more about making your tools work with you, not against you. The best cleaning product is the one you can actually find. I used to have better sprays tucked under the sink, fancy cloths in a bin in the laundry room, and refills somewhere I always meant to organize. Guess how often I use them? Pretty much never. So I simplified. One multi-purpose spray, one cloth, and I keep them out. Not hidden in a drawer, not nested in a basket inside another basket. Right there on the kitchen counter or hanging inside the bathroom cabinet door. Within reach, within sight, within 2 seconds. Is it aesthetic? No. Is it Instagrammable? Also no. But it works every single day. Because when something's easy to grab, you don't think twice. You just wipe the spill or dust the shelf or spritz the counter. And each time you do, you're reinforcing a rhythm instead of resisting it. Next, let's look at something just as powerful. Not a tool, but a tiny ritual that makes all the difference. I don't chase a perfect routine anymore. I follow a rhythm I can live with. There were seasons where I printed charts, made checklists, even color-coded the tasks. It felt productive at first, but eventually the pressure to complete every step became its own kind of clutter. Now I let my mornings move in a sequence that feels like second nature, not performance. I usually start in the kitchen. Then maybe I tidy the bedroom. Then a small load of laundry. But here's the thing, if I miss one, I don't feel like I've failed. Because the rhythm is still there, even if the song changes. It's a flow I can return to even after rough nights, sick kids, or mornings when nothing goes right. No starting over, no shame spiral, just a loop I trust myself to step back into when I'm ready. Some mornings I do 4 things, some just 1. But because it follows a pattern, a gentle, lived-in rhythm, I never feel like I'm starting from zero. And in a life that's already full of demands and decision-making, that kind of rhythm is a gift. Next comes the last thing, and maybe the most important, what happens after the cleaning ends. After all the moving, wiping, folding, take 1 minute that isn't for the house. It's for you. I used to think my mornings ended when the last task was done. The laundry was running, the dishes were drying, the bed was made, check, check, check. But I'd still feel tense, like I was rushing straight into the next part of the day with no pause in between. So now I make space for one simple moment that isn't about productivity. A reset that's not for the room, it's for me. Sometimes it's sitting on the edge of the bed, just breathing. Sometimes it's stepping outside with my coffee, no phone, no noise. Sometimes I just lean on the counter with both hands and close my eyes for 10 seconds. That's it. It's not glamorous. But it tells my brain, you're not just here to catch up. You're here. You're allowed to be. Because here's the truth, we don't clean just to clean. We clean to clear space. So we can be in our homes. So we can think straighter, breathe easier, show up softer for ourselves and everyone else. And when the morning ends with a moment like that, even if the rest of the day goes sideways, at least you began from a place that felt like yours. Some mornings, the house feels overwhelming, and not because it's a mess. It's because everything is loud, TV on in the background, notifications pinging, a podcast playing that I'm not really listening to, the dogs barking, someone's making coffee. It's a lot. I used to leave it all on, thinking it helped me stay motivated, but I noticed I was just more distracted. I'd start wiping the table, then grab my phone. Fold one shirt, then lose focus when a video autoplayed. My body was moving, but my mind wasn't with it. Now before I clean anything, I press pause on the noise. I turn off the TV, silence my phone, crack a window. Sometimes I'll put on one soft playlist, instrumental piano, or something without lyrics. One time I even cleaned the whole kitchen in silence, just me, the birds outside, and the sound of wiping. It was the calmest I'd felt in days. So if you're feeling frazzled before you've even picked up a cloth, try this first: quiet the outside noise. It makes room for your own rhythm to come back. There's always that one bag, the one you grab every morning: purse, tote, diaper bag, laptop, backpack. Whatever it is, it's carrying more than you think. I remember the day I finally dumped out mine. I found 2 pens with no ink, crumpled receipts from 3 grocery trips ago, 1 half-eaten granola bar, expired coupons, a random sock from my kids' daycare, a lip balm. I thought I'd lost. I laughed. And then I felt gross, because I realized every day I was hauling around things I didn't need. And worse, I never reached for them, I just kept adding to the pile. Now, I empty my bag at least twice a week. Not in a dramatic way, just 2-3 minutes while waiting for water to boil, or the laundry to finish spinning. I toss trash, return stray items to their homes, check if I actually need what's in there. Last week I did this again and noticed I had 5 pens and 0 cash, and I needed both for the school form I forgot to fill out. You don't need a perfect system, just less of what's weighing you down literally and mentally. Your home has a chair, a table, a corner where random stuff piles up. Your mind does too. For me, it's those lingering to-dos that don't make the list but steal energy anyway. Like, I still haven't replied to that message. I need to book that appointment. Should I keep that ugly gift or donate it? I really should cancel that subscription. These aren't big tasks, but they float around my brain like mental clutter, and when I ignore them, they multiply. So I started a new habit: before I clean anything in the house, I write down one mental mess I've been avoiding. Then I do one thing about it. Not everything, just one small action. Call, cancel, decide. Declutter that question. Last week, I finally emailed back someone I'd been unintentionally avoiding for 3 weeks. It took 4 minutes. And after I did, my brain felt clear. Like I could finally focus on my home without that low hum of guilt playing in the background. Sometimes the cleanest countertop won't help until you've cleared this kind of clutter. So that's how my mornings look now. Not perfect, not polished, but peaceful enough to carry me through the day. 12 habits that don't ask for much but give me back a sense of steadiness I didn't know I was missing. If you're still figuring out what works for you, start small. Start messy. Pick one thing from this list and let it be enough for today. The dishes can wait, the rest of the house can wait, but your sense of calm, that's something worth choosing now. And if this video helped loosen just one knot in your morning chaos, I'd love to know. Drop a comment below or just come back tomorrow. I'll be here sharing the next small shift that might make your days feel a little lighter. Until then, take care of your space and of yourself.